laboratory, I guess you call it. And
Okay.
he was heading back upstairs to visit with the king.
Something had changed in the structure of this place, but we don't know what.
Right, it's big. This is like big changes and stuff are happening.
Okay.
Y'all, last session, y'all narrowly evaded big troubles. Doc had, before leaving, Farron Ross decided he was going to go ahead and pull out the crystal he didn't know what was, and found out that it was
He did, didn't he?
extremely poisonous.
Good idea. I have them occasionally.
Y'all found some more information from the village elder, and then left. Came back to town. Visited with Malai, and now you're coming back into the throne room. So the day is yours.
Wasn't there a speech or something, or who was wanting to talk to us?
Malai said that
His Majesty the King.
Yeah, the king was going to
speak with us.
Had probably had something he wished to say to y'all.
Well, we also have access to the library now, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, but we do have to speak with the king first.
So y'all just gonna come back in and then address the king?
Yeah.
Stefan will walk towards the center of the group and bow before the king ever so slightly and salute him, and then ask, Your Majesty, you wish to speak with us?
Yes. In about 3 days, we're going to have a council meeting, and I wish for you to be there. So, for the next 3 days, if you wouldn't mind not leaving the city, that way you will easily be found. We would appreciate it. And he said, so anything that you wish to take care of, you're more than welcome to take care of. And he said, and, I believe you had requested access to the library.
Yes, Your Majesty. Malai informed us of us being granted that request. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not sure that what you're looking to find in there, but they're public records. So just be mindful, and I ask that you be careful with the books, and just leave everything where you found it when you leave.
Of course, Your Majesty. Thank you.
And he'll let you go to your own devices.
I will turn about and begin to. Well, firstly, I salute and bow to the king. You know, typical things that I would have learned, and then return out.
Okay.
I think Devin doesn't care what we do. We can go to the library right now if we want. Oh my god, it's hot.
Yeah, y'all have
so much hot sauce on this. Hot.
Thought to say I'm I'm down to do whatever. I don't know if we need do we need to rest?
I don't think we're
tired. Yeah,
are we?
it's probably late afternoon, early evening. So
okay.
I mean, we're in town again. We can all rest at our normal houses.
Do we exit the chambers?
I believe so. I at least am walking out. No time follows.
It is something that is of decent importance, but how much have we gathered together in deeds since we've left? In terms of coin.
You got 60 from the farmer. Mm-hmm. You got 300 from Malai. for this last deal you did, and I think as far as that, that's all you've gotten. You've gotten some clothes.
Okay.
We disseminated that amongst the group.
I think we just have it as a number in our books right now.
Okay.
Anybody got any preferences?
I think we should
350.
probably get some better armor, especially for dog. No
Do you
offense.
even have any armor?
Yeah.
I got studded leather.
That's
Okay,
the
so we
best
need to
armor
get
he can
some
have. No,
better-
that's the best armor he can have.
Armor class is good.
I mean,
As a dex-based rogue, studded leather armor is literally the best armor you can have.
Yep.
There is literally nothing better he could get. He could try breastplate, but it would just inhibit him. He would have a lower AC, I believe.
Can we get some bubble wrap anywhere?
You know, as silly as that sounds, no. As smart as that sounds, rather, no.
Disadvantage.
It would give probably disadvantage on stealth.
more likely.
And everything, maybe.
It's like pop everywhere you go.
And then when it's all popped, then like because he moved around and popped it all, the stabbing would just be stabbing through an extra layer of plastic.
What's the weather out like right now?
God,
Sunny.
those seagulls are loud.
I know that just scared the shit out of me because I
turned it
hate
down a little.
birds. I hate birds.
No, I have it at 30% on mine because it was quiet before and now it's louder. Look, I don't need anything really. I would like breastplate because it would be better than what I've got, but that costs 400 gold. So
We keep saving.
unless the prices are changed, DM, because like
So for the foreseeable future, and anything that's like in the DMG or whatever, just take like 75% off of that.
oh Jesus, criminy, that's 100 gold only. That's so much better for everybody's pockets. Breastplate is the best medium armor because it's the only medium armor that does not give you disadvantage stealth while also giving an AC of 14 plus your deck of a max of 2. So you could have a 16 AC and no dis on stealth, which is what I have right now. But I have dis on stealth. Yes, you have a question, Ren? What's up?
Yes, I do. How do you this is probably a stupid question, but how do you know as far as like the armor and
Sure.
stuff, like what you're allowed to have, I guess? Like
Your
Oh,
proficiency, I believe.
So look on your sheet and scroll down to the bottom. On the bottom left, you'll see a tab labeled proficiencies.
Mhm.
You are a ranger, so you should have light and medium armor.
Mhm.
That means you can wear any light or medium armor. Armors are categorized, so if you were to look up in the armor category, you can find an organ by light, medium. For you, a dex-based ranger, studded leather is the best you can get. It's just the best thing out there for dex-based characters because it has no cap on how high the dex bonus you can get from armor is, unlike medium and heavy armor. Heavy armor you can get no bonus, which, depending on who you are, is a good or a bad thing. Medium armor, as a general rule of thumb, you have a max bonus from your dex of +2, which means whatever the base armor class of the armor is, +2 is what your AC will be for almost all medium armors out there. And then light armors are usually uncapped, except for hide armor, which I think has a max 3 for some reason. Or no, hide armor has no max on its stack, but it does give you disadvantage on stealth.
I don't even
for
know about
whatever reason.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, I played a lot of D&D.
That is a lot of
Dude.
information.
The
I
best
can
armor,
see
I'll
Ren's
put it like
ears
this.
smoking.
The best, I'll put it like this, Ren.
I am
For you,
confusion.
For your sake, the highest base armor you can get with an uncapped AC from your dex is studded leather. Studded leather will give you an AC of 12 plus whatever your dex modifier is. The best light armor in the game. It costs about 75 gold. If we cut it by If we cut it by 75%, that leaves us with 15 gold, I think. 15 to 30 gold
Okay.
as a cost. So if we want to get better armor, you'll want to invest in studded leather. I'll want to invest in a breastplate.
I was gonna say, I think I have studded leather.
If you've already got it, then you've got the best armor you can get,
Okay.
other than magically enchanted stuff. But because magic doesn't exist, we can get that.
Okay.
So yeah, you've already got the best armor you can get, sadly.
Okay.
And because bows take 2 hands, you can't use shields either. So just you've got the best you can get right now.
Okay.
So you either up your decks, or I don't know, the DM gives us magic shit. As for me, I would like to get breastplate, but that I will leave up to you guys, because that's been on basically what I've already got, but no longer a disadvantage for stealth.
I would like to set my hands on fire, please.
Jesus Christ.
God Christ. You know what? I will make you gloves from made. Ooh, hold on. Think this out. Okay, so they would have to be flame resistant on the inside, but highly flammable. And need either alcohol or oil capsules on the knuckles.
Or you could just do the hand sanitizer trick.
Sure, you could do that, but like, you'd have to buy a lot. This is
Brother does that. It's awesome.
One-time down payment better than infinite amounts of having to spend money every time you want to do it, which I'm assuming you do it a lot.
Yes. I like fire. I like fire. I like fists. The two together can't go wrong.
So, I would say, what is material? Does flame-resistant material exist in this world, DM? Do we have things like that?
I mean, y'all haven't seen anything or heard of anything of it yet, but I mean, I'm sure there's a couple of alchemists you probably know that you could probably talk to.
Asbestos.
Asbestos? Oh, it's deadly. Don't touch that.
Here,
Don't.
I got a nose itch.
What is it with the doctor and poisonous things?
Hey,
Doc, I think you need to study poison. You should look into poison. You're
You need to
very
go back
good
to
at
med school, Doc.
accuracy.
that would be a really good idea, Stefan. I will get on that.
I'm just saying, you are very prone to them, but if you utilize them, you could make other people very prone to you.
Mm-hmm.
You could become a deadly
All
warrior.
prone, actually.
Some of
Should
them
we
would, yeah.
Should we invest in some anti-venom, anti-poison, antitoxin or something for
You can
Doc?
make that. I know how to make it.
Do I know how to make it?
You definitely can make it.
Oh yeah.
Can I make it?
Antivenom is 25 gold. Well, hold on. Let me just double check all my damn math. Item and
Say, please don't ask me to do math because it's not going to end well.
I got it. I'm awake tonight, so antitoxin, not antivenom, not a thing. Antitoxin is 50 gold to buy. Usually, you cut the price in half in order to make it on your own. So you would need 25 GP worth of materials, an hour worth of work time. But we cut everything down by 75%, and you only have to spend about 10 gold in order to make it.
Okay.
So if you spend 10 gold in an hour, you can make 1 antitoxin vial. Assuming the DM uses the regular rules of D&D. If there's a different rule set, don't judge me for
No, I mean that's cool. The only rule set that I've changed, for like crafting stuff is like healing potions. Because like the healing potion, it requires you to know cure wounds, which
no, so those are the upper level ones. The base healing potions don't require you to know it, but a greater healing potion or anything beyond that you would need to know certain healing methods.
But yeah, I as long as you have the materials,
Okay.
8 hours of craft time for the healing potions is you can have a healing
Okay.
potion. So
So
Rin could
antitoxin.
definitely make healing potions. I mean, she's got the materials for one at least. And if y'all are staying in town, you got the apothecary shop. Y'all know where. Well,
I know how to harvest for them too. I find double the required amount anytime I go harvesting, so I'll
I
find a
feel
lot
like
of materials if we want to go do that.
I feel like it would be a good investment considering everything that we have run into has poison things,
Or acid, but we can't really. I mean,
and Doc tends to get the shit end of the stick on those. So
unless, Doctor, you want to be doused in a neutralizer, I don't believe the acid will go away. But everything else you should be able to do.
I just feel like it would be
carry a
good to
sack of
have
baking
at
soda
least.
with you.
If you want to spend. Okay, so we've got how much gold in total? Did somebody write the numbers down earlier? Because I didn't have a notebook.
360 is what you've been paid.
So far,
Yeah.
total? Okay, so we've got 360. So,
Plus all the
all we've got right now.
yeah, all the other stuff that
Pocket
you've
change.
gotten, like the jar, the preserving gel and liquid beads.
Okay, so
72 each.
yeah, but that's we don't
If it's split evenly.
split even. Stefan does. Somebody wants. He would rather spend the money to get them that something than
Damn.
save his own money. Oh, the worst, aren't they?
So to say, I'll make. I guess I'll make.
Gotcha.
How many of those are there? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's
A lot of
5
time.
of that.
3 days, you can
5
make 3 potions.
You can make 3 healing potions, but if you want to make antitoxin, it takes an hour of work. You'd have to spend 5 hours and 50 gold in
Well,
order to make 5 antitoxins.
technically, if you do absolutely nothing during the day except for brewing potions, you could technically brew 2 potions a day. But you'd
For the
be
healing or the antitoxin?
the healing potions.
No, healing. Antitoxins take only an hour.
Let's say I definitely think we need to do an
So
antitoxin 1 each at least.
technically, you could do a healing potion. Like you get up in the morning, you do a healing, start your healing potion. After the healing potion is complete, you can spend an hour making an antitoxin, getting set back up again, and make another healing potion. So you can make 2 healing potions and a antitoxin in a 24-hour period. So that would be 6 potions and 3 toxins.
What can I do tonight since it's already late evening?
I mean, when you get ready to set up for your long rest, you could set up your set up your rigging for a healing potion.
You could finish. You could also, since it's late afternoon, the sun is not fully set, right?
Right.
You could finish probably 1 to 2 antitoxins before you would need to long rest, and then you could set it up so that you can brew a healing potion tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
But a healing potion costs 50 gold to get materials for, or is it 25?
I believe it's. I don't know.
Okay, so a base healing potion is worth 50.
Yeah.
You need half the gold and materials in order to make it, which is
just 25.
The materials for healing potions are worth the exact same, right? Or are they worth also 75%?
It'd be the 75%.
Okay, so you would need to spend 20 gold on the 2 antitoxins tonight, and then you spend 10 gold for every healing potion you want to make, so probably and then finish up the other 3 to make up a total of 60 gold. If you want to make another healing potion, that'd take up 70 of your 75 gold. You'd be left with 5 gold to your inventory.
But Ren, also being that you work at the apothecary, you do have an account.
That's true too. If you've got like a business account to pay for certain materials, or if you have certain materials on hand, you won't have to pay for them. Sure, what your looks like in that regard. But if we're talking purely on what we've been paid so far, you would spend 70 gold in order to make 5 antitoxin, 2 healing potions.
Okay.
Yay, quick math. Anybody else want something?
If I could procure the 70 gold from the share, I can.
What do you want to buy?
Well, I was gonna buy some materials for some medical supplies in the future. Possibly a few alchemical salves that I could whip up potentially. It depends on what.
Invest in a book on poisonous herbs.
What was that?
Invest in a book on poisonous herbs.
Right. We'll see if the library is open to that. That's be a good resource.
I don't think you would be able to leave the
Apothecary
library
would
with the book,
probably have literature.
but the
I was about
apothecary
to
would also.
say, I probably have something at the shop.
If
You're more
you
than
want
welcome to whatever
invest
would be
in
of
medical supplies, you can have your 7 gold. I don't care, it's your share, right?
Oh.
Right. 70. Very well.
So medical
Well,
supplies.
if that is acceptable, I will take the rest of the night. I'm gonna sleep in my chambers of my own abode. And
Are you
we'll
actually gonna sleep? You're not gonna run off by yourself? I don't need to send Linux with you.
Yeah, do we need to just have Linux follow him around when he's separated from the group?
I feel like Linux just needs to be Doc's pal.
Linux, go bond with Doc.
I'm gonna head back to the office of mine.
Okay. So.
Okay.
I am at a dilemma. I want to buy that armor. Really badly. It is going to help me immensely. I have 5 gold from before I met you all. Actually, I have a total of 10 gold, but I have 5 gold. Plus the 75 only makes it up to that. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have 10, 75, 85 gold. I would need 50 more gold. And I could buy armor that is better than what I have.
I can spot you 15. Like I said, I have you said I have the account at the apothecary. So you can just, I don't know, give me some herbs for the potions that I need.
So,
if you can.
I will go searching tonight, probably, as I leave towards my house on the outskirts of town.
Okay, so I'll give him 15.
Okay, and then I spend all 100 of it on big money. Best armor for medium armor wearers in the game.
Woo!
Yay! I am broke. But I'm well armored. Ooh, I wonder, can I sell my scale mail?
Yes, you can.
Great. How much?
It would
Is it
be like 85% reduction on the cost.
What it's normally worth? 85%.
Let you do the math. So I don't have to.
I got it. 7 gold. It's worth 7.5 gold.
So 7 and 5 silver?
5 silver. Okay.
June, do you have anywhere to stay?
You're all welcome at my house. You've already slept in the living room. The floor is yours.
Oh, I forgot to mention. The king also said if anyone was needing any rooms, that the castle would be good for it at the inn. Since he asked y'all all to stay in town.
Oh, before I leave town, Ren, do you want 20 arrows that I'm never going to ever probably use?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thanks.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
I have a longbow as well if you want a spare.
I mean, I guess. Do they ever break?
Good.
Possible. to spare. I could also go sell it for another 7 gold, and I believe pay you back, basically. 7.5. Oh, I could pay you back if I go sell the longbow.
I mean, don't have to pay me back. I'm not worried about it.
I am.
You fetch all of my herbs for me whenever I need them. So
Okay, you can have the
Consider-
longbow. And here's 7.5 gold. I pay back my debts. I don't care if you don't care. I care.
thank you.
And I'll give you a spare longbow to have. Just so you have a spare. In case your main one breaks.
Thank
I
you.
had it, so I was like, fuck it. Take it. I'll go over to June. June, do you want the quarterstaff?
Not really, no, but
Are we,
okay.
I'm trying
Are we
to
having a
clean
yard
up
sale?
Yes, we are having. We are actually having a yard sale.
Little tradesies.
It is a lot of junk that I don't need. Actually, that is the last thing in my bag that I don't need, that I carry with me but have no use for. If you don't want it, I will go sell it for less than a silver.
Take it. I mean, do you want to trade alcohol for it? I mean, that's kind of all I've got at this
Yes,
point.
actually, you know what? There we go. Here is a quarterstaff, and I want one rather normal-sized hip flask of alcohol. That is all.
Okay, I'll give you a hip flask of alcohol. Trade. Out of my kegs, I still probably have kegs worth of alcohol from the last time I purchased.
And then I will go out, and along the way, I will attempt to forage for herbs and set up one of my hunting trap that I have in my gear. I straight up have a trap that I completely forgot I had. So I'm going to hunt for herbs and bunny rabbit.
All right. So give me a survival check for the herbs.
Sure. Stefan. Stefan. Back. Survival. 18. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you find some prairie flower. God damn it, prairie flowers.
Cool. Pick those up. And then
A survival check for the. I guess it's what survival check for the traps.
Sure. Check. Would I have advantage because I actually have an item for it, or?
I mean, you're just setting it up, and it's just the survival check to see, how well you place it, and like trying to find the tracks and whatnot.
Natural 20, total of 27.
Oh yeah.
I catch 40 rabbits next one. They're all caught in one trap somehow, and I'm just like
sardines.
You're all very dumb.
How many traps do you have?
I think I only have one. Yeah, I only have one.
All right, so for a natural 20, I will say for all morning, noon, or morning, evenings, I'll say you've got 6 rabbits. Or 5 rabbits.
I'll collect the trap again.
So, like, you go out in the morning, you set the trap, then you go out and you check it at night and whatnot. So you got 5 rabbits.
Great.
Rin, I don't remember exactly. Did you commission a saddle for Linux last time y'all were in town?
No, we've just been riding bareback.
Okay. I know we had talked about it, but I couldn't remember if you actually commissioned it or not.
How many rations?
Probably should.
That's also a thing. Bit and brittle is coarse food, and you can get armor for Linux as well.
I should probably look into that.
Are we all settling in for the night, DM?
I'm sorry?
Are we all settling in for the night?
That's up to y'all.
I was going to say, I'm going to go to the apothecary and start, I guess, make at least 2 of the antitoxins.
All right, so if you're going to make the stuff at the apothecary, at night where the stuff's not being used, you probably have like 2, maybe 3 setups in the apothecary that you could probably use
All at the same
Right,
time?
all at the
two or
same
three
time.
at the time.
Okay. I'll do that then. I guess I'll
I'll-
make 3.
I'll do a skill check. Would be, let's say, do medicine. Just give me, for the first night, give me 3 medicine checks.
9, 19, and 13.
All right, so you know for sure one potion is definitely going to be usable. The 13 one you're kind of iffy about. You might have got the flame a little too hot on the 9 one, so you just kind of like chalk it up for whatever, and then toss it out. So just put down that you have 1 good healing potion and then 1 iffy.
Well, these are antitoxins.
Oh, the
These
antitoxins?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 1 good antitoxin, and you have 1 that probably will work. You think maybe
How do I test that to see if it does work? What's gonna happen
by
if
using it?
Someone drinks it.
Is it gonna be Is there gonna be an adverse reaction
Could be.
if someone does drink it and it ain't good?
I'll be your test dummy. I don't mind.
I would say make another
Oh.
medicine check just to see if you'd be able to tell if there'd be adverse effects.
8.
8? Yeah, you have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Alright,
Alright, that one can go
is
to
there
Stefan.
anything that y'all want to do for the 3 days, or do y'all just want to skip to the 3rd day?
Library. I want to go to the
RP
library at
wise?
least one day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
RP wise,
library's
I imagine
one.
library day.
On this night as we go to sleep, I make my way back into my doctor's office,
Mm-hmm.
and seems like Rufus has gone home for the night. Hopefully, he's been keeping it up and running. I unlock it and I go into my chambers. And for the next hour, I pull my bed back and access the trap door underneath to a small crawl space. And I light a candle. And I want to spend the next hour making the poison that I've been trying to make
Which
for a long
poison?
time. I'm going to expend 50 gold worth of resources. Do you want me to roll? It doesn't naturally require a roll.
Oh, do you have the poisoner's feat? Oh, that's cool.
That's why I was laughing when you're talking about him. He ought to
That's
start
the
looking to
best
start
feat
making
in the
poisons
game
and
you
stuff.
ever
I'm sitting here
wrote,
like,
man.
I have planned for this.
Yeah, that poison that you can make by spending an hour and 50 gold, that's good. This is a good feat. Do your costs get cut by 75% as well, like they normally would?
yeah, I
You
mean,
can't normally make poison for 50 gold.
No, the feat says you can spend, I believe, 50 gold to make the poison, right?
Yep.
Because the materials in this world are cheaper than the materials for the regular D&D world, you would spend less gold.
yeah, it would be 70. The
That
materials
50
would cost
is
you 75% less than what the sheet.
Yeah,
would cost.
the base D&D, we have to cut everything.
The cheapest poison is 200 gold.
Yes, that's exactly why this world is
Oh, so
crazy
the
good.
200, you already reduce it?
No, that's just equating it to what's in the game.
Yeah.
The feat
In
itself
the
is
game that would be also 75% less than what it says in the
Right.
books.
I'm just making the baseline poison. I'm not making anything
Yeah.
special like malice or assassin's blood.
Oh god, those are so good. They're terrible in certain games, but in a game like this, they're great. Anyways, no, the poison from that feat, if you look at your poisoner feat, you can make a certain poison. It says it costs you 50 gold and an hour worth of time to make a poison that is 2d8 poison and has a DC like 13 con save or be poisoned, whatever. That costs 50 gold. But because this world, in this specific D&D world, everything is 50 or 75% cheaper than a regular game, that 50 gold is also cut by the 75%. Because in the regular game, that's 50 gold. In this world, it's 12.5 gold.
Yeah, anything that the DMG or D&D Beyond says the price of, just take 75% off of that.
Well, damn.
Everything. Unless
Very
the DM says otherwise.
I mean, this world, your group are the very first adventurers
outside of the paladins.
Right.
So
So
the cost,
nobody
they
has
wouldn't charge you that much. They're like, oh, you're buying a bunch of random herbs that I don't know what mixes together and makes a poison. All right, you can buy them for 12 gold. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean they haven't
groceries.
monopolized on the adventuring gear yet.
Yeah.
So the question is, so the feature allows me to just naturally create it.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to do a roll for a
How
chance of it?
How do you feel? Do you feel like you want to do a roll, or do you feel like you just want to do it?
What if I proposed I put in another 12.5 gold for a chance of making something different?
Okay, so for that I will require a roll.
Okay.
The extra gold.
What roll do you want?
What would it be? It would be either survival,
medicine,
or medicine. Yeah, I'd just say you use medicine because I mean you'd know anatomy and stuff. You know what shit would do.
27.
Nice. Okay. So 1 second. Just gonna use your sheet. D20 to self.
Thank you.
Of course, it's 4 times what the regular armor is. So if you wanted to get
So
breastplate,
you definitely created the poison that you set out to create. The normal poison. You wasn't able to create anything greater. But the normal potion, damn it, the normal potion that you would have created for the 50 gold or whatever that the free gives you is what you created.
Alrighty.
All right. So we can fast forward to day 2, and if y'all want to go to the library, you can do that.
How much is each rabbit worth?
How are you selling them? Are you selling them whole? Or are you?
I'm not selling them. I'm keeping them for myself to eat. And
oh, shit.
I'm keeping most. I'll sell probably 2 of them, including their hide. But the other 3 I want to turn into dried meat stuff for our journey, so that I don't have to pay for them, and I can give everybody, rations to go, so we don't have, food shortage.
Let's see. Is there a price for rabbit?
I mean,
probably not going to be in the DMG.
There is actually in the DMG. If you go to 5e tools, that thing I told you about the other day,
right.
If you go there, you can find. I'll look it up. You can find chickens, but you can't find rabbits. And if we want to use the same prices,
go with chicken. The rabbit you could tack on extra for the hide.
Okay.
Rabbits, chicken, you're not going to get much for the feathers, except for maybe some fletching, but you definitely going to get some hide stuff from the rabbits.
Sure. Give me 1 moment to look it up for you. God, I love D&D so much. I'm such a nerd.
I just wish I could get my head on straight and get all this shit set up.
Okay, so a whole chicken living is worth 2 copper pieces.
Okay.
So if I were to
we'll leave it at 2 copper for the whole rabbit, but we'll tack on another 2 copper for the pelt. So say 4 copper for a rabbit.
Copper each rabbit. So I'm gonna sell
And if
3.
you're just gonna sell the rabbits whole, would be the 4 copper. If you're gonna process the rabbits, like you're gonna dry it and sell it like that, we'll make a different price. But
Oh, I'm going to turn 3 of them into rations. So I'm going to dry and cure them for us, but I'll sell their pelts, so that's worth 2 copper in itself. So that's 2 copper per 5, 10 copper, silver. And then 2 rabbits are also worth 2 copper apiece, so that's 4 copper. That's 14 copper for 1 silver, 4 copper. Math. God, I love money. Oh my god. I'm being 100% serious. In one of my games that I had played in, I learned how to equate, and this was like 2 years ago, so due to inflation, prices changed. But 1 gold was worth 4 American dollars. So I figured out exactly how much money things costed. I did the math, literally.
I've seen that explored somewhat, and it works for the most part. There's also a lot of inconsistencies and things where it's like
Certainly, yes.
the average house is like, I don't know,
well,
like
what
3,000 or something.
castle's like what 10,000 gold?
I don't know. I've never bought a castle.
Depends on the size of the castle. Do you mean a keep for like a knight who has earned the right to barony?
Right.
That's worth like easily 100 grand. That's the lowest level of castle. That's worth 100,000 gold in a regular D&D world. In this
Right.
world, maybe 10,000, but in most D&D worlds, that's 100 grand up front. Not to mention whatever repairs you might have to go through and hiring servants and bringing people in. That castles are expensive.
Yeah.
But in the modern day, buying a castle would cost so much more because
Oh yeah.
castles are a thing of the past, materials and stuff, and the way it takes, how long it takes to build and stuff like that, and the way money works. It's not in the modern day. It is not equivalent to say 10,000 gold pieces or $400,000 is enough for a castle. That's just due to inflation and differing time, stuff like that. It'd probably be worth about 4 million.
Something like that.
Make
Sure,
a
easily.
small castle. But in medieval times, where castles were the most modern thing you could get, costing anything more than 100,000 was bonkers.
Yeah.
Basketball court.
Exactly. That was the first time anyone had built anything that big. A house in this day and age would probably cost, I don't know, 5,000 gold to build.
Skyrim
That's a
rules.
really, really, really good house.
Yeah.
If you're looking at like a village hut, that's like 30 gold.
All right, so y'all get up the next
Anyway.
morning, head to the castle, and
Into the library.
go to the library. What are you looking to find in the library? What are you looking for?
I would probably go first toward any medical books, with a slight lean toward poison for the first part.
Okay.
But I would say that a large portion of the time would be spent on the history of the current royalty, if it's there, or
Okay.
anything that would involve what we know about Lauren and the princess. 'Cause that
All
shit
right.
wacky.
I'm looking for all forms of alchemical weaponry, highly flammable materials, highly acidic materials, and also looking into like tinkering, trying to find ways of applying certain alchemical composts and stuff to weaponry so that use it in battle.
Okay.
creating flaming swords or making making June her flaming fist. I'm looking into that sort of thing while also investing time into things that are not naturally found and instead man-made. So like things that are highly combustible that require you to like work fiction. Man-made compound. So basically like the basics of alchemy and tinkering.
Right.
Trying to study that stuff.
Rin?
How big
But
is
you,
the
Ren?
library?
It's not huge.
Okay. I guess so. I have the note from my dead coworker or colleague or whatever, and it mentions the soul harvesting. So I'm just gonna look through anything that looks remote that would be, I guess, close to that.
Okay.
See if I can find anything on that, and then if there's any history on Shadowfall that they've recorded or anything like that.
Okay.
And
June?
then the typical.
I
apothecary
actually.
book.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
The king mentioned that there were public records in the hall. I actually want to look over public records in the last couple of years, specifically for any tragedies or bad instances. So, like, unusual deaths that were noticed among citizens.
All right. So I'll just do everybody roll an investigation check and we'll make it a group check.
Woo! Woo!
Not me. Check.
I got 11.
What'd you get, Doc?
I got a 6.
This was not good.
I have an interesting. Thing.
I got a nat 1.
Damn.
This is not what we needed in here.
This is not great, guys.
I've been trying to get into the library since the beginning of the game.
And now there's just nothing.
Fuck.
Anticlimactic.
So
But I got a nat 1, so am I gonna be arrested for looking at bad stuff?
y'all spend, we'll say y'all spend the entirety of the day in the library.
That's okay.
Reasonable.
That's fine.
Instead of like, a couple of hours poking through some books, y'all spend, the entirety of the day. So we'll go with Doc first. Doc, you're looking at poison stuff and history.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really anything as far as poisons and stuff goes, but for like the current royal family, you definitely find an interesting tidbit of information. Back when the king was born, there's mention that he was a twin. And day or two after the princess's birth, a creature had busted through a window, snatched up one of the babies, and flew back out. The current king had sent an expedition after this creature. Eyewitness reports, people they talked to in town and whatnot, people on the road, said it went south, west. All the king's men basically deducted that the only thing it could go into is to the Deadwood. They left a couple of squires at the edge of the Deadwood as they went in. Told the squires that if they'd seen or heard anything, to hightail it back to the castle. The squires waited 3 days. and the only thing they saw was a very badly injured horse that ran out of the wood with more
No.
blood, more covered with more blood than the horse itself could have shed.
Oh God.
And so when they went back to the castle to report, it was just, I mean, the second prince was just wrote off as just deceased.
Okay. I'll keep that in my mind, and I'll just be enjoying the reading. So it's a riveting story. I mean, right? Goodness.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a little tidbit that that someone had wrote down for history's sake. Stefan, you're looking for what now? How to apply
On,
poisons and chemical stuff to weapons?
yeah, alchemy and tinkering is what else to boil it down. I'm looking for more like combat focused utilizations of alchemy and tinkering, but just overall, any of the books I can find, I'll begin looking.
So you're looking, and you like I said, you look around the library pretty much all day. The only thing you've been able to find are little cards in empty book slots that has Malai's name on them.
Bastard!
That dirty dog.
Bastard! Fuck!
I knew I didn't like him.
Damn it! No, I don't. It's not that I hate him. I just want the book. Give me the books. Give me.
So
Little book
essentially, Malai has checked those out, and they're probably in his study.
Yeah. I mean, if I notice a common thread early on, would it be okay that I go to Malai and say, "Hey, let me read your books"?
I mean, I would say I'd say about noonish. We're like, y'all gotta go take a break for some lunch or whatever. You could probably have come across at least 2 or 3 books, 2 or 3 slots that would have had, like little cards. Yeah. So you could definitely, if you wanted to, go and have a chat.
I will say to the others that if they need me, they will have to send someone for me in Malai's chamber. I will be there to do more research, and I will head towards to meet with Malai if he's in his office, of course. If he's not, then I'll just fucking suck it up, I guess.
Ren, you were looking.
Soul Cage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
You look through, and you're just trying to find anything. You kind of like look over Doc's shoulders, some of the history. You look through some other books. You don't find anything that specifically says anything about like Soul Harvest. There's not anything that that you even like. Okay, so maybe that's just a different word. So you try to like anything that you could like to thesaurus out with soul harvesting or something to that effect. And you don't find anything.
Okay, what about the Shadowfall? The history of the Shadowfall or anything like that?
Most of the Shadowfall references that's in the library specifically basically state they'll have like some of the names, like the stuff that you've already known. Everything that's written down in Malai's journal that he gave y'all was basically just copied straight out of any of the tomes and stuff here. So you'd probably deduct that it's probably what Malai did was he had these books and he just wrote that stuff down in that one journal hastily and then gave y'all a copy.
So I didn't find jack shit.
Malai,
Done.
you
Okay, that's fine.
Shake our fists in disdain.
You know it's coming. I find negative shit because I got a natural 1, so I find out unhelpful stuff.
Well, it was a group check, so that's why it's taking y'all all day long to find what y'all are looking for. There's very little about like unexplained deaths and whatnot. There does have mention that it talks about like 2 years ago when Lauren was murdered. There's a little bit, in detail of what transpired. That the I still have not remembered to write his damn name down. It just goes into detail about what transpired, how she was murdered and whatnot, and then they held a funeral and stuff. Other than that, it states that a few months later, Pearl had came back with Lauren in tow. That Pearl had found Lauren alive in Aaron's castle. That had some kind of control over her mind. That she was not in her own right mind when Pearl found her. There's a mention of a town boy that would often come to the castle. Like he would run errands and stuff back and forth to the castle, and anytime that the castle needed anything, he would be like right there. Hey, I'll do it, and come to be a really trusted individual within the castle and the royal family. And then there's, after you're sitting there reading all this is kind of cool, then you read the next line where it said that they're not even sure how, but he somehow found a way up into the top corner of the throne room and end up lobbing a couple of arrows at the king, the queen, and the basically the royal court. And before they was able to find out what his deal was, a couple of guards saw him, shot him, and then he basically fell to his death in the throne room. But as far as unexplained deaths and and phenomenon, that's about all you got.
Okay.
Random robbers, random bandit attacks here now and then, but nothing too bad.
Can I take a map? And this is gonna sound crazy, but plot out the random bandit attacks so I can see kind of where they're common.
I mean, you've got the road that goes from Linares up to Fern Ross. There's a road that goes north to that town.
I only want to track the fatal ones.
There's really not a whole lot of fatal attacks reported. I mean, they show some injuries, but there's really not any fatal attacks reported in.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
Who's there to report it?
That is weird.
Well, who would have reported it if they died?
It's true, but I mean, like, there'd be bodies or something on the road. The bandits don't typically.
Yeah, I mean, they'd definitely be discovered at some point or another, unless
Well, the bandits could also not be terrible people. They could just be attacking to get the money and gold and stuff.
Right.
They don't have to kill in order to get their job done. They're bandits, not murderers.
We were able to straight our way out of it.
Yeah, y'all survived a bandit attack.
Well, I don't know if we survived. The bandits were the ones who survived.
I don't know.
We should
I
report
think
that.
that was the other way around.
Wait
It
a
was
minute.
definitely the bandits who survived that attack.
Shouldn't we report that? We didn't tell anybody.
I mean, it's up to y'all whether you report it or not.
All right.
I told them
Madness.
specifically if I ever found them doing this ever again, I'd gouge their eyes out and teeth fairies. So I think I specifically told them to never do this again lest they wish to die. A horrible
was
I
bad.
hope they listened.
And
I mean,
I
they're
rolled a
bad.
natural 20 on that intimidation check, so
I mean,
Yeah, right.
stuff can scare them, you know.
I am very scary.
Apparently.
Yes.
Apparently, yeah.
Mr. Tooth Fairy.
Hey, don't
So-
blame me.
We'll-
the
Blame
whole
the teeth.
mythos.
We'll jump back to Stefan. You find your way. One of the guards helped show you down to Malai's chambers, and he's in. So, what do you want to say?
I call out to him. Hello, Malai. I have noticed in the library all of the books I was searching for are not there and instead have been checked out by you. I was hoping that if I were to remain here, I could study from the books while I'm here.
Oh, I'm sure. What if you want to know? Maybe perhaps I can help you.
Don't take this the wrong way. This sounds bad, but I am only intending to utilize it in the best ways. I am searching for battle applications of alchemy and tinkering in order to apply alchemical salves to weapons such as acids and highly flammable substances or substances that would freeze the bones and turn them to brittle. Uh, Things of that nature that are not commonly invested in, but to boil it down, alchemy and tinkering.
And any documentation on their effects on royalty.
No, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking specifically only for how to get to that stage. I don't know what to-
Make
Come
a
on, guys, I'm
perception
not that
check.
proficient.
Not yet, Hestus.
Not yet.
Is
You're
Stefan
not
down there?
giving the
He's down there by himself, right?
Yeah.
Or did we all go? Okay.
Ooh, 21.
Nice. He kind of gives you the cross eye for a second. Says, "Well, this you might find this interesting." He walks over to a table, and you see a table. There's a bunch of like burn marks, like on the wall, on the table. You see a dish. It's got like some yellow powder in it. You've got to see a dish. It's got some black powder in it. And then you see a little dish. It's got a little white powder in it. He's like, "This is kind of interesting." He like pushes the dishes away, and then he like takes a little bit of each one and kind of like sprinkles it together and kind of mixes it up. He knows, now watch this. He grabs a candle. He takes a candle and he touches the mixture, and it just kind of flares up in a big poof of fire.
Is that a combination of sulfur, phosphorus, and I don't know what the black powder is. I won't
Carbon.
lie. Oh, that does make sense slightly. Yes.
Exactly what it is. You have a good eye. I
Well,
haven't perfected the mixture just quite right, but that's essentially what it does.
When it mixes, have you considered taking the raw ingredients and mortar and pestling them together?
Well, yeah, they're
Rather than-
finely powdered. It's like a powder.
I mean, taking the raw and mortar and pestling them in the same bowl rather than leaving them separated. is what
I
Stefan's
mean,
asking.
I like to keep all my stuff separate. Perhaps I use for other purposes.
Well, perhaps mixing them together increases effectiveness, is what I'm asking.
Then I could try it.
It doesn't necessarily mean it will work instantly, but it is an idea. Applying flame directly is one way of doing. Have you tried applying heat flame?
I also have these, and he picks up a couple of pieces of stones. He said, "This is the what I'm trying to work," and he takes a couple of stones and he hits them together, and they end up, you can see little sparks that you fly off. So that's my eternal goal, is where I don't have to apply so much heat, just a little bit of spark, and then it'll cause it to go off.
And pressure. Does pressure create any amount of explosion from it?
Oh, I'm sure if you was to put it in a container of some kind, then yeah, it would be pretty
I'm gonna
devastating.
make a fucking gun.
Oh,
Making guns. Yes. Yes.
hear the words echoing in my
Do
mind.
it!
Your actions will shape the fate of this world and how it evolves.
We'll have a fucking gun.
Fucking
I will.
Steph is about to become fucking Percy.
Just look at my PM, DM. Let's see how that goes. Anyways, I'll.
He also
I'll
has
put
the. He also comes over to a table. This might be something you might be interested in. And he picks up a glass ball. The glass ball it's got two different separate liquids in it. And it's got like a divider between them.
Mhm.
And he's like, is this something like you're looking for? And he throws it at your feet. As the glass shatters on the floor, like, it immediately vines like just kind of shoot up and like just tangle up around you, and you're just like shit.
Oh,
Did we just lose Stefan?
Malai, I think you and I should better friend. I have something to show you now, and I will.
Oh, God.
Break free with one of my daggers, and then I will take out one of my long swords, and I will wrap it in, or place oil along it, and spark it with steel wool, casting searing smite as the blade licks up with flame.
Ah, that's pretty interesting. Have you ever considered maybe putting your oil in like maybe a little glass
A
bead?
relief capsule?
Yeah, inside the hilt of the sword.
I have, but I have not had the resource time to do such a thing. I've mostly been focused on just accomplishing the task. It would probably make it slightly. It takes about the same amount of time. With a trained individual, this takes less than a second to do, but for newer individuals, such as soldiers and otherwise, who are not practiced in this technique, it could take longer. I can see why putting it in a capsule would make it more easily viable.
It'd just be like in the heat of battle, and you just like you hit like a lever on the hilt, and then it just breaks it, and then
Yes, that's exactly.
and with the same lever, and he like takes a little. He says, "What oil do you use?"
Oh, I use lantern oil. Just whatever you can get at a local market. Nothing too flammable.
We might have to see if we can refine that a little bit to make it a little bit more volatile. Because if with the same lever that breaks the capsule, you could also put a piece of this. He holds the stone he has, this flint, and then one single solitary motion as you break the capsule, it could light the oil, and you just sling your blade to the side, and just the whole thing it goes alight.
When you strike this flint, it creates the spark, correct?
Yeah. And then he like just takes it.
And how much of a spark do you need to light up the powder, the mixture?
So far, I haven't been able to get it to light with just the sparks. And like when you notice when he did the candle, he like held the candle to the powder and like held it there for a moment before it lit off. So it like had to heat it up a decent amount of time before it just when it went off.
What ratios have you tried for the powder? Have you tried having more of one substance than the other?
Oh yes, I've tried many different ratios.
I begin pulling out my notebook. If you don't mind, I'd like to work with you on this. This sounds like a brilliant way of improving combat capabilities for the common man, let alone warriors who are trained in it. This flame, have you ever considered using it as propulsion for something else? Like an arrow?
He kind of looks over at the desk, and at the corner of the desk you see some papers that are kind of blackened from experiments, but there's definitely some papers on the deal that he kind of glances at.
He looks over, I look over. We look back together. Well, I think we should have been friends so much sooner.
Perhaps we can help each other.
Well, if I am going to be going around stopping these shadow falls, I would like to not have to resort to blades. I've been trained in them, but the usage of them hinder you. They can break easily, and if used improperly, they can backfire very easily.
But of
I'm
course.
trained in them through years and years of training, but someone like the doctor, who I travel with quite frequently, stabs himself more than he stabs his enemies, and that is worrisome.
Revealing my secrets.
I would hopefully like to, and he is a tinkerer himself. While we were in Ferenfoss, he had tried to utilize some broomstone or something otherwise make some contraption. Perhaps he will make for us to look at soon. Hopefully, if he can stop getting into trouble everywhere he goes.
It's trouble seems to find y'all wherever you go. That's definitely a calming thread that I've noticed.
Perhaps this powder, and he goes over to the powder, the three bowls rather. Have you considered making a metal casing and storing a finite amount of it, having flint at the
He
back?
walks over to the table and he reaches back behind the table and he pulls out a metal pole about 2 foot long. And you see on one end of it there's a hole, and at the other end of it it's cased off with just a little bitty hole in the side. He said, "My hope is that if you can put some of this powder into this pole and put like a little steel ball or something in the end, then take like, and then he's got like he motions to like an incense, incense that's burning on the table, something like that, or maybe even the flint for to make this to go off. Then perhaps you can fire a little metal ball over a great distance."
That flint, how hard is it to work as a metal?
I mean, he just takes it and he just takes it together and it causes sparks.
No, I mean, how hard is it to meld to a shape? How do you have to be very ginger with it? Is it brittle? Is it hard?
I mean, when he's slapping it together, he's not like just like tink tink tink. I mean, he's actually kind of hitting it. It's decently a hard material.
Could you? He looks at the long metal rod. Wonders. Do you mind if I see the flint, as you called it?
Yeah, he sets it there on the table.
I take a blade rather than just a rock, a steel blade, smack it against the flint to see the kind of spark that would create.
It sparks.
Is it a bigger, smaller spark than what he can create with just a rock?
I mean, it's the two pieces of flint together produces probably about just a little bit bigger of a spark, because it's actually two rocks producing the spark instead of just one. But he said, "Oh, I see what you're doing." And he reaches out, and he picks up a dagger and he like sticks it at the table, and you can see there's already been um, holes in the several stab wounds to the table right there.
Rolling over, dying at the moment.
And he takes the flint and he just kind of like rubs it on the back of the blade. And as he sits there and rubs it back and forth, you see it just kind of it just sparks. He said, "I can produce quite a bit of sparks this way, but it still doesn't. It's not enough. Not enough heat. Not yet."
I will take one of my daggers and try and shave off a small amount of flint. I look around. Does he have a hammer anywhere?
Oh, I'm sure he's got like little stone hammers and whatnot.
I'll take the big rock of flint and hand it back to him, and take the small hammer, strike the flint, see the kind of spark that creates.
The flint cracks.
Spark. Jesus. He considers for a moment.
He says it's much better at a glancing blow. And he picks up his papers, and he sits there and goes through his sheets, and he looks like this, and it shows just a little hook that's got it look like a little piece of stone and a little clamp, and at the end of the clamp is a little metal plate. He says theoretically, he says if you release you pull this rod back and release it, it'll travel down the plate, and as it travels down, it'll cause a spark. He said that's where I hope to manufacture something and place it, like next to that hole that's on the side of that little hole on the side.
What is the cheapest metal you can afford?
So we've got iron that comes out of
Sorry, guys, I'm making guns right now. If you guys have anything else you want to do, interrupt me and tell me that I should just shut up and go back to making guns. But
I mean, we could definitely
so fast.
We should talk, DM, especially about what I sent you, and this in particular.
He said we got iron that comes out of Lancaster, so I mean, we have materials.
Is that the cheapest you can get? I'm thinking mass production. Like if you were to produce a lot.
I mean, we can produce a lot of these things, but if they don't work, they just don't work. I'm still trying to get it to work.
I am more talking about the casing for the ball. If you were to just throw powder in the bottom of the barrel, in the bottom of this tube, if you will, whatever, you would waste a lot of the powder. If we find the good ratio for powder, this flint, and the spark you need to light it, we could eliminate a lot of misused powder. It would reduce our costs overall and create a more stable mechanism.
Yeah,
it would need to be a hot spark.
Sorry, I had to turn myself on mute after that. Cool. After that joke you made, Doc, I couldn't hold it in.
What do you mean?
I'll take the metal rod back to the back end of it, where it's closed off. You said there's a hole in it, right?
Yes.
Take one of the small pieces of flint and strike it at an angle against the hole. Does it create a spark in the hole?
I mean, it's right there close to the hole.
Be a hotter spark then. I will look to him. Do you mind mixing up some of that powder again?
So he'll take and he'll takes the powder and starts mixing it together and looks at his notes.
I'll move the bowls once he's got the correct ratio set down far away from what I'm going to do and have him step back as well. And I'll take the flat side of my blade and lift it up, just strike it down as hard as I can on the powder to see if pressure can create the explosion that we're looking for.
Give me a let me see.
Me making guns.
Just give me a dexterity check.
Will this violate your melee ranger build?
I don't know. Depends on how long I stay a ranger.
And we're just gonna have guns,
right? Just straight dex.
Yeah, just a dexterity check.
12.
12. So, I mean, you hold your knife and you bring it up, and as you come down on the powder, and you come it down on it hard, just whack, the powder just kind of across the table.
Not nearly enough force. I look at the powder. Is any of it charred or blackened in the direct impact spot?
No.
I'll
Some of
collect
us
up-
little, some of us. I mean, you do notice that some of it's stuck together, like it's packed. But as far as being charred or ignited at all, there's no ignition.
Okay, I'll collect it all together again. This time I will place a singular piece of flint in just on the top of it, and I'll take the dagger and strike the flint at an angle. See, kind of spark that, and boom, that made.
So as you strike the flint, a little ember falls, and it falls right directly on the powder. And you sit there in a minute, and you see it just, and then it fizzles out.
I will inspect the 3 ingredients for the powder. Which of the ingredients is the most flammable? Like, which takes the least amount of heat for it to cause fire?
Let's see, it would be sulfur, wouldn't it? I don't remember. While you look that up, go ahead and catch Lana up real quick. I am going to run to the restroom real fast.
I'm making guns, Lana, and also that
Sounds
that's
crazy.
the biggest part. That's the biggest part. I'm making guns.
Scary. Are we all in the room watching you make guns?
No,
Or
no, you
okay.
guys are at the library. You can look for whatever you want in there. But I was looking for alchemy and tinkering, and Malai had checked
Awesome.
all the books out. So I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him because I want those books. And then while I was here, we started talking about guns, and that's how this started.
So what did
You
you
should
find in the
probably-
library, man? Did you find anything
Oh
cool?
my God.
Was it worth all this work to get to the library?
We all rolled shit. So
Yeah, we
not
rolled. I
really.
rolled a natural one.
Oh.
Yeah, but maybe you can roll a natural 20 and save us all.
I'm gonna make a fucking
Yeah.
gun. Yeah,
You
that's
need
the
learn
greatest quote this whole campaign. I'm gonna make a fucking gun. That's the best quote of the game.
We should probably do like a meetup, like at lunch or something, and have a moment where we like actually tell each other what we found in the books, so that we know for sure on record. We all know. Like Stefan could be like, "Guys, I made a fucking gun," and we
guys
could be
will be
like,
like,
"Well, we're
What's
banned."
a gun? And I'll be like, well, it's the most lethal thing that we'll ever make as humankind.
Unless you're a monk and you can catch bullets.
You technically are able to do so.
Yeah, exactly.
So
These deadly fingers.
we will. I would say we'll talk about this
More
in
later.
more detail later. But yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
so there's time.
go forward. Lana, is there y'all have got access to the library? Most of your party is in the library right now.
Hmm.
Is there anything that you want to look for?
Can I try to sneak a pie out of the kitchen?
The kitchen's nowhere near the library.
That's okay. I don't want the library.
Yeah, I stutter.
I mean,
I don't know.
you could go to the kitchen, I guess. I suppose. Ask the.
No, I don't want to ask the cook.
Well, I mean, you'd have to find it, so you'd have to ask directions.
Okay. I'm just gonna like half pay attention, half sleep in the library while they search.
All right. So y'all spent from the time y'all spent in the library finding what y'all found, and Stefan going off and talking to the Malai. It's probably late afternoon the second day or the first day. Y'all want to do anything at night, or y'all want to fast forward to the third day, or
Can I talk to Pearl?
Pearl? Sure.
Would it be possible?
Yeah. You gonna go look for her, or
I'm going to go look for her, yes.
Alright, King and the Queen are in, still in the throne room. You don't see Pearl or Lauren at this moment. You gonna approach the king or?
Yeah, I will. And I will bow like I've seen Stefan do.
Okay.
I'm going to look up and I'm going to go, may I seek an audience with the princess?
I think she had run into town. Your best bet would probably be to check there.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I will be on my way.
Have a good evening.
You as well. I'm absolutely patting myself on the back as I leave for that wonderful interaction because I did not ask about the doors for once.
So you can run into town. It's late afternoon. I would say they would probably be on their way back to the castle. So by the time you get like across the footbridge, across the creek, then you'd probably run into the two of them headed back towards the castle.
I'm gonna look straight into the eyes of Pearl. I'm gonna go, train me.
Ooh,
Smart.
nice.
Good.
You realize what you're asking.
You mean to get beat up a lot? Yeah.
You notice something you haven't noticed before. Lauren actually cracked a smile. She kind of chuckled a little bit at this. So sure, we could start in the morning if you wish.
That'd be perfect.
I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, I'll bring some salve and bandages for that.
Okay, so got training in the morning. Anything else anybody want to do?
I'll take another night to make just the regular poison for 12 and a half.
All right. Anybody else?
Can't decide what I want to do.
I know what I want to do.
So
you want to build a rifle?
So, do we know what? So did everybody share what they found
I
in the library? I mean,
did
not Stefan, obviously, but
share everything.
did
I said
June?
I would have told you all that I had went with Malai and working thing, and I would search. So I would have told you I was with Malai and I was going to be with Malai and learning some things from him, but I wouldn't have told you what a gun is or any of the shit that we're trying to make, because that sounds like a terrible idea. This is the most deadly thing we can create, and we're telling everyone about it. Horrible.
I would be in.
So, I mean, do you want to roleplay the training session, June, or?
We can assume that I get my ass beat.
Okay. We can definitely assume that for sure.
Oh, I was gonna make a health potion, I guess, overnight or
Okay.
whatever. I forgot about that. Or however many of them I can make.
I would say
Say-
you could set up the three things. Just keep track of how many potions that you make each night. That way you could keep track of the because even though you have an account, you'll still have to like settle up at some point.
Okay.
Say for the training session, we can just kind of gloss over that a bit because I don't want to make y'all listen to 20 minutes of me getting my ass kicked.
What, you want to do what I did? Sorry, I took up so much time.
Oh no, it's good.
I hadn't realized I was going to be making a gun today, and then
Right?
making a gun today, and realized
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you wake up and then you make a gun.
So
Then
next
you
morning comes,
you're never the same.
and I would say you've got three health potions made from the previous night, Ren. You can mark that down. Doc, you have your poison.
Yep. I got 2 vials of it now.
Stefan, are you gonna go back to Malai's room?
Oh yes.
Okay.
The first thing in the morning. What I would have done is I would have discussed with him on that first day, like in the library, or the second day rather. On the next day, I would have researched a lot about or just in general alchemy, because I have ideas. And in that same day, I would have brought up to him. I would have asked for if he had fertilizer acids, nitric acids,
Mm-hmm.
and if I could get a bunch of just regular things that come, like if he had the money to get me some of the most basic and possible: spinach, cantaloupe, banana, orange, butternut squash, and skim. The ingredients.
Okay.
I'm making real life gunpowder.
Anybody else?
Nope.
All right, so we can blow through that day. Ren, are you gonna make any potions during the day, or is there anything else you want to do?
I did want to try to make 3 more of the antitoxins, so everybody has at least one.
Okay. Mark off your materials list for that.
And I would have asked
How much are these? Because I can go. I was gonna go ahead and settle up on some of them. That way, I'm not having to.
Each antitoxin is worth
How much was it?
in materials. Each antitoxin is 10 gold in materials.
That's with the with the reduction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Each one is. Oh well, hold on. Let me double check. So an antitoxin is 50 gold, 25 minus 75%, just to be 100. Perfectly. No, it's actually less than that. 625. So it's.
Oh shit. My bad.
Uh-oh.
That was totally unexpected.
It's 625 gold per and so 6 gold, 2 silver, 5 copper per antitoxin. We multiply that 5. We get. You would have to spend for all 5 antitoxins 31 gold, 20 and 25 copper, or 2 silver and 5 copper. You want me to write that down for you?
You said how much? You said 31.
For all 5 antitoxins, you will need 31 gold, 2 silver, and 5 copper. For each health potion, it costs 6 gold, 2 silver, 5 copper. So how many health potions did you end up making?
Hold on.
She made 3 health potions, I believe. The night before.
30.
Yeah, so I've made 5.
So spend 50 gold, and you'll have made all of the items. 50 gold total.
Okay.
Because it's 1875 for 3 health potions, 3125 for 5 antitoxins added together equals 50.
Okay. Well, good.
Okay. And then you can mark down 5 antitoxins, 3 health potion.
Got it.
So
I love math. Math is so fun.
The day of, where is everybody at?
I'm probably getting some nice clothes. Or
So
I'm
to
getting
say-
my nice clothes out that are not
Trying to find something
destroyed.
decent-ish to wear. I think the nicest thing I have that's actually clean is probably going to be the bamboo clothing that we got.
When is the council meeting? Early morning?
He
Late
just
afternoon?
said he just said third day.
Okay, so in that case, I won't. I'll just I'll go out, wash all of my clothes, make sure they're entirely clean and dry. I will clean my armor, shine it, polish it, sure it is beautiful as it can be. Clean my scabbards and my blades, and I will actually bathe and shower for the first time in time, probably, and brush my hair. Something that Stefan doesn't do. His hair just kind of falls around, or he pulls it out into a ponytail, and it just looks horrible. But when he's done, he looks respectable-ish. He shaves with the dagger. He cleans up his beard so he doesn't have, one long half and one short half or anything. He evens it out. Actually looks presentable for once. And smells like a person and not some kind of beast living out in the wilderness.
I think I'm gonna come to the council meeting covered in bruises.
I come to the council meeting covered in charcoal.
Yeah, we had
Serious
started
powders.
with the owner like, well, we've had a busy week this week. I don't know about you guys, but
Yes.
Oh, and the doctor comes completely poisoned himself.
Oh
he
yeah,
has-
I actually
he's
show up
fucked up in the
first.
neck, and he's just
You guys better watch me unsupervised. So I
look.
just
If
show
you try to poison the royalty, I'll just shoot you with my pistol that I made.
Oh,
he will.
it doesn't backfire.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Don't want those misfires.
Oh yeah, the first bullet is always just 100% accurate.
Hey, you never know. I could be really smart.
You could
I
get
just
an
made
F1.
this thing. I could have made a Glock. You don't know.
True.
Like he just.
Are y'all
Aiming,
meeting anywhere in town or?
I head directly for the castle as soon as I wake up, or well, as soon as I'm done cleaning.
We should probably meet together,
Yeah.
first. We
Yeah,
talk
but
about.
I imagine we all are just gonna meet up at the castle.
Okay, that's fair.
We should probably walk there together though.
Well,
Yeah,
walk
seem,
into the castle. and,
unified.
yeah.
That's what I say, because isn't the doctor's office like right by the apothecary?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
It's like
Here,
across the-
hi, it's a walk.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm the furthest out, so if I'm heading directly to the castle, I'll make my way into your troop as you're walking anyways. It's not like
Okay.
I'm like out of
Let the
town.
dog out right quick.
What?
Y'all seen her pull my hand off the mouth?
I'm singing the clown song because we're all clowns.
As we're walking in, I'm gonna look over. How's your guys' week been?
Eventful.
So,
Yeah.
To say the least.
when y'all are walking to the castle, once y'all cross the footbridge and the doors open up, to your right, above the battlements, you can see, looks like light blue, some kind of banners or something sticking over the wall. I mean, it's confusing because they're just like sticking over the wall. There's not, draped over the wall. Just some kind of a blue translucent fabric. They're just sticking across the top of the battlements. As y'all walk into the courtyard up to the castle.
Do any of the guards notice it?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I mean they're not paying any attention to it.
Before we get like ushered in or anything, I'll just nudge one of the guards who probably knows something about it. What is the blue
Oh shit.
clear thing up there?
Sorry, I didn't mean to move the table. I was trying to drag the. Sorry. My bad. Let me fix it. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
You're good. The guard's like, I'm sure that will come up in a little while.
Okay.
Do we realize that Andrea's with us?
I mean, she would have probably, when like y'all walk in the door, she was probably walking out on her way to come get y'all.
Oh,
So as
okay.
y'all walk in the door, she'll greet y'all, and then y'all can walk in together.
Okay. Stefan is as clean as you've ever seen him, and he looks across to the rest of you. Good luck.
Holy shit, Stefan! I didn't even recognize you.
You bathed.
Wow.
Yes,
You
I thought
smell
it
like
would be-
lavender.
It is actually a very pretty flower and a very soft smell. I love
You-
lavender. The
It's
shampoo.
just-
You clean up
I
nice
don't
there.
know. This isn't our. Who killed Stefan and replaced him with another person?
Otak has also gotten a very clean bath and also smells of lavender.
Whoa.
Oh,
He's gotten a
look at
haircut.
him.
He looks very, very combed and clean. His
Aw.
fur is not as puffy. It's kind of shaven a little bit. He looks closer to like a husky than a full, dire beast. But he still looks like he's bigger than a husky would be.
He got a silhouette cut.
Yeah.
So Andrea will look at y'all and says, go ahead and find some seats. And then she'll come up here and she'll sit next to.
See?
Probably have someone sit in between Ren and Stefan so that we
hold
we
on.
don't have anarchy.
There. Now you can't move the table. Hopefully.
Thank you.
Awesome. 'Cause everybody's been moving the table.
Ren and Stefan. Yeah, we're the best. Best duo.
Now,
I was going to say Linux is just going to kind of like sit behind me, but I don't want to put him on the torch so he catches on fire. So
Yeah, Otak
He's just gonna, like-
and Linux are sitting in the back just
Yeah.
plump.
You using a
Chill.
different owlbear? The one I have is just a solid green.
There's another
Yeah,
link
yeah.
in the helpful links.
Okay.
oh, there's a robed figure. That can't be good.
I was about to say this.
Are we all gonna
Wait.
get murdered?
Is this the elder? Do we know this guy in the white hood?
You've never seen him before.
Can I get a
Yeah,
read
ring
on him?
on.
Do we suspect that it's the elder since
You-
Andrea's sitting next to him?
Do you suspect it's the elder?
Yes.
Referencing his body language, have we seen him before?
I mean, he's just sitting there. He's got his arms on the table, just waiting patiently.
Do we
Hood down.
do
No
I
body read. Fuck.
with my certain background, I guess you could call it, recognize any of the three individuals sitting across the group?
Trying to think. How much travel have you done?
A lot, imagine.
Yeah,
I
you'd
think-
probably recognize them as three leaders of the three towns of the kingdom.
Okay, I will nod to each of them, bow not in a bowing way, but like bow my head slightly. And
Marlo, June, you recognize the guy in the center as the elder of your village.
Kind of wave awkwardly at him.
nice.
He just like he's got his hand, he's got his like just sitting there in the chair. He just kind of raises his hand.
Oh, you also need Lana's token, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Am I able to recognize any of them?
I don't know. I don't know your background.
I
Like-
mean,
Is one of them from Moore's Rest by chance?
no,
try to-
no one here from Lord's Rest.
If I try to drag the token on there, it doesn't seem to go.
Just drop it in what is it? Game room.
You gotta
There you
send
go.
it to the DM.
Where'd it go?
He's got to put it in. I think I don't know what you did. You might have updated. Also,
We're using a different owlbear.
You have a Sirenscape music that we should be listening to?
I'm trying to find
He's
his-
got sirens.
I saw his token and then boom, it was gone. Which
I had it in the wrong channel. Okay, I couldn't find a game room, so I put it in general.
that's fine. Save image.
Oh, Kinshire game room. Okay, I just
Leave it in
Hey,
general.
Brad.
It's fine.
How do you spell Linux's name?
Is it
Lennox.
Okay.
L-E-N?
I thought it was like the
O-X?
operating
Oh, I thought
system.
it was like the
Sometimes
program. L-I-N-U-X. Linux,
Linux.
like the computer program. That.
Oh no, Lennox.
Okay.
This changes everything.
It's done.
What are you doing, Doc? I see you clicking on everybody's.
I'm keeping an eye out, guys. Well, I was just checking.
Okay. Wait.
Oh, you can see people clicking.
If you
That's
didn't know, you can right click, by the way, and your pointer will show up.
Immediately.
Terrible idea. Terrible.
Oh
idea.
no! Did I draw? Did I draw the table?
It have this power.
I'm going to draw
Well.
my favorite object in the world.
A gun?
No,
looks like
it's not a. I mean, it could be. I guess.
Depending on what you feel like is a gun.
It is a gun.
It's Mickey Mouse, guys. It's Squidward's face.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse with a really long oblong head.
Really oblong nose. It's Squidward's face. Don't you know?
Mickey Mouse from an aerial view.
Here, let's just do one. One.
Good lord. All right.
I feel like I'm in middle school again. That changed so much. How is that even possible? Now it's like SpongeBob SquarePants, but before it was like so morbid, so graphic.
I mean, if you look at Squidward, it's really just too big.
It really is.
Long nose, oddly cylindrically shaped, and kind of flaccid.
SpongeBob. Looking at SpongeBob will never be the same for me. I don't think. You know, I like to think this is canon for what our the meeting was like. We're like carving this into the table as they're talking.
Yeah, I'm carving this into the
Absolutely.
table right now.
Yeah, we're just like looking over, and Stefan has a knife, and he's carving into the table little
Oh, good
symbols.
lord.
Biggest dick you've ever seen.
Yes. People.
So, the king's like, well, I'm glad everyone has made it. Please introduce yourselves. And he'll point to this gentleman on the side over here. And he says, my name's Kareem of Lancaster. And I'm from a settlement. Lancaster is Lancas. Oh, Kieran. Kieran.
Kieran.
Yep. I'm from a small settlement on the border of the Iron Desert. And he sits down. This gentleman stands up and says, my name's Grayson. I'm from Mornstead, north of the castle. And he sits
Grayson
down.
Spelled
Grayson.
Had to clarify.
Where's he from?
From Mornstead. Mournstead. Mournstead. He sits down, and this older gentleman stands up and says, "My name's Rupert. I'm from Ashbourne. We're a rather new settlement, only a couple of years old, but we're on the outskirts of the forest to the west."
ASHE.
ASH Ash BORNE.
I was wondering if it was Ash, like the name
Yeah.
Ash,
Yeah, Ash.
born, or like the
The
object.
substance, yeah, it's the substance. Ashbourne.
Fantasy names are always weird, so I had to make sure. Wouldn't be my first time seeing something called Ashbourne spelled ASHEBOURNE, which just like fucking Y, but
Elemental
elemental PQRST.
Of course, Pearl and Lauren stand up, introduce themselves. Andrea stands up and says, "I'm Andrea. We're from Buck. I hate this so much.
Fair and Foss.
Farron Ross.
Farron Ross.
Fair and...
Me and my father. I will be speaking on my father's behalf. And then it's up to you, Lana."
I'm Lana. I'm part of the. Are we the Hollows now?
Heroes of Lunaris.
I'm one of the Heroes of Lunar.
For now.
These three start whispering to each other.
June.
I'm Marlo from Mournstead, also a member of our little group here.
Oh, you got a new token! I love it.
The DM chose it for me. I still have to do the art.
I threw a token in there because I was tired of looking at the star.
It's a good token. He cursed my star.
Aw.
It's sad.
Perhaps the star was our bad luck charm.
I was attached to it though.
Doctor, you're next in the round table.
I am Dr. Hestus Elder. I run the clinic here. I'm also a member of this group. I'm glad that I can sit at the same seat amongst all of you noble figures.
I'm just gonna elbow him like smooth. Nice. So my name's Rin. I run the apothecary here in town. Back behind me, that's Lennox, and I'm part of our little group.
Stands up, kind of puts his feet together, just kind of.
As he does, Otak stands up and does the same, and Stefan will rise, salute in the fashion that his father taught him, and say, "I am Stefan Volkov from Lularis, one of the Hollows. Sit down."
These, especially when Lennox starts moving, these three start talking amongst each other again. Malai introduces himself, and then the five figures behind him, they just kind of stand there. They kind of like doing the whole Minecraft villager thing. They just got their arms together, and they're just sitting, just kind of standing there. Yeah. But the king addresses everyone. I called this meeting because there's been reports from the other settlements that there have been disturbances and whatnot. So we're you come together so everyone can address their discuss their issues. And he said, "Kareem, you can go first." Kareem stands up and he kind of bows to the king and says, "Our issues aren't really all that bad. I mean, there's some new creatures in the Iron Desert that we've never seen before, but they're staying far to the interior of the desert. They haven't bothered the settlement so much. It's just I come to basically to report and let keep everything up to date. It's just it seems like they're large worms. The best way to describe it. But like I said, they stay far out to the center of the desert. They don't have it come anywhere around our settlement yet. He sits down. Grayson stands up. We've have some missing persons. Nothing incredible. We're not sure if they just left or we're not sure what happened exactly. Just there's a handful of people that have gone missing in the last little while. And he sits down. Rupert stands up, says, we have also had some missing people. The reports, we have one man that has heard the sounds. It said he heard a loud screech, a person scream, and then before he could get there, the person was gone. The most we've ever found is a little blood laying on the ground. There's definitely some kind of creature or something in the woods that's systematically tense. We've lost probably about 15 people. And he sits down. Andrea stands up. Well, we haven't really experienced anything like y'all have. We just come basically to report that anthracite has been found again in the mines after a 40-year dry spell. And so far, any hazards or anything like that has so far been circumvented. And she kind of gives Doc a look. But
Elbow would give us a nice.
It's kind of, but she says so far we've got everything under control, but the substance has been found again. So, and then she sits back down.
We chain elbow. I elbow you, and you elbow Doc.
Started playing elbow down the whole line.
Stefan is as straight-laced as they come. Standing tall, chest forward, head down. No emotion in his face. Just.
The king addresses everyone, and I'm sorry to hear about y'all's issues. We will, as soon as we're able, get someone out to y'all settlements to investigate or whatnot. And a man that was standing behind Tareen, if I can find the token, I cannot. We'll just use this. There's a man standing over here behind Kareen. And each, like I said, each guy has got another man just kind of like standing over here.
That one's a spider. That's not a guy.
Well, I don't have tokens.
It's like my star. I didn't have time.
This guy, he kind of walks up and he whispers something in Kareen's ear. And he kind of walks back. And the king's like, do you have anything to add? He said, and he stands up. Yes, sire. I had forgotten. A merchant came through town a little while back and said that they're far to the southeast. There was a commotion that and he kind of looks kind of puzzled that some run down old temple or something. There's some strange goings-ons and some stuff. And then everybody, when he's sitting there talking, everybody make a perception check.
3.
24.
26.
18.
Now everybody's rolling.
Lana?
No, it was the star, guys. I cursed us all for so many sessions.
14.
So when he starts talking about the general direction, southeast, and he mentions like an old temple, the king and Malai just kind of trade glances at each other for a moment, and then go, look back towards Karim. And then he continues. He says, "This trader said that there's a lot of strange noises and a lot of just weird goings on. We thought maybe he might have been just crazy. So some of the things that he spoke of didn't make much sense. But
DM.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my ability Ear for Deceit to make a general check about all these 3 officials and see if any of them is shifting around or telling an untruth?
Sure.
All right. 26 on insight.
They all look like they're pretty straightforward.
Right. Good to hear. I'll continue to listen.
And he's like, I don't know. I mean, the guy seemed pretty passionate about what he was saying. I only bring it up because, I mean, if we're giving information, then at least, it's whether how true it is or not, I cannot say. But like I said, we thought that maybe he might have been a little sun-touched, as one might say. But, well, that's all we've got. And he sits down. The king, he looks at everyone. Said, well, as y'all all know, as short-staffed as we are, the paladins are out doing something, so as soon as we can, we'll get someone out to your settlements to, at least check things out. I thank you for your coming, and as soon as we have more information, we'll let y'all know. Everyone stands up. These guys, they all kind of get up. They bow to everyone, and they kind of walk off.
Also, something of importance. How's Lauren looking right now?
Yeah.
Is everybody okay?
I'm not looking at her. I am.
You looking, Doc?
Of course.
No, she's just sitting there listening to everybody. Just listening to everybody. She she'll look at y'all. She's looking at Andrea. She's looking at the king. She just kind of eyes are just kind of, when people are speaking, she's looking at them, but nothing adverse.
No charm. That's
Good to hear. It was personal charm last time. I didn't notice anything unusual.
What about the Skittles crew behind the king?
Mhm.
What are they doing?
They're just standing there, listening, taking everything in. When y'all could do a perception check to see if y'all notice anything from them.
Can I actually do a check to see just if I'm getting any weird glances
20.
from the Mornstead dude? I forgot his name.
Oh, Grayson?
Yeah.
I mean, when he stood up, when he bowed to the king, he looked towards you and just kind of, nodded at you.
Okay.
But
15 on perception. See what the Skittles are up to.
Rin?
I got a 20.
20. they all pass each other. You know, when he was talking about the um that temple to the southeast, they all kind of pass each other glances, but nothing. I mean, no more than that, really.
Man, it's us from a past life.
Can we I don't mean to be rude, but I'm gonna ask the king. I'm gonna be like, who are the people standing behind you? In the non-rudest way possible. But what the fuck is up?
Kind of looks like the paladins, but like great value.
Instead of dollar store, these are Walmart.
No, these are like if a knight has a squire, these are the paladin squires.
Yeah, they're discount paladins.
Well, let's see what the king says. Just the king.
He turns and says, "Would y'all like to comment?" This figure, if I can get the right code, she comes around. Says, "We are the five dragon priests."
I knew it. Okay. That's what I thought.
And she's got a very, I mean, she's got a very like a booming voice. Like when she speaks, it's just like, kind of like Darth Vader speaks, or it's just like she's like, "Hey, I'm talking." you know, just she's got that voice that it just like commands attention when she speaks.
Thanks.
She says, we've been in council with the king for the past several days on strange goings-ons and whatnot throughout the world. And that's all I can say.
Are you guys the reason why there's blue banners?
And Andrea will stand up. Actually, that's us.
Oh.
And she sits back down.
Oh no. There's blue and white banners being strung around?
So
Floating castle.
Just slap in the face.
Balaya come around. He'll have a seat. She'll come back over here to her previous position. The king's like, he sits there and says, "Well, I guess first thing I need to discuss is," and he looks directly at your group and is like, "I wish to employ your group directly under the crown as like a crown guard in service to the king."
Your Majesty.
Have a moment to talk about this. Like, can we hear some of the benefits and then break off as a group to kind of discuss this before we make a decision? Because this is a big decision to make.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
Of course, Your Majesty. Before anything, I would like to be openly honest. He'll pull out a medallion that comes from father and place it on the table so that the king can see what it is. Most people wouldn't recognize it except for him. He'll just say, this was I somewhat understand what being employed by royalty would mean for my group. If you could explain what exactly it would entail, or if we would end up being one of these, and motion to the symbol once again.
Let's get
The symbol that you possess, it's more of a higher up position. You would be more of like, for the lack of a better word, kind of like a cavalry group. Which is no less respect, but of course. But
Yes, but I understand. I had to just be honest about where I come from before.
for your father
Yeah.
to have something like that, he must have spent many years in good service with the castle.
Yes, he passed away several years ago. I believe I was a young boy when you last saw me at that funeral. I will say, I'll turn to the group and state, I will say this does not, probably will not impact our ability to take job outside of the king. We would just need to alert him of the job and let
I
him know. It would be a more stable employment at the very least. We would earn more coin, more respect. We would get more information.
I still think we should talk separate, just to get our bearings and make sure we're all on the same page.
Certainly.
He looks towards this hooded figure down here on the bottom, and he says, "Kragir, you've spent some time with these individuals. What do you think?" And he kind of looks and then makes sure that the others are gone out of the room. And he reaches up and he takes his hood off, and
The blue.
he's like,
There.
"Did we
Blue man.
really have to use cotton? This thing is so hot." And he just kind of like flops it down on the chair. Ugh.
Did not have a bamboo shawl.
Well, I wear it underneath, but still, this robe is so hot.
This guy looks fucking sick.
He's their guy.
Yeah.
Of course he
He
looks
sounded
sick.
so ashamed. I thought he was like.
No, he was definitely always as sick as this. He was just ashamed because that sick, it has a double meaning. Because
But,
magic doesn't exist, that
Mm.
to a regular mortal would require.
Why is your skin not blue?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just
But-
figured like if you're ashamed of it, like you'd have like
it wasn't so much that he's ashamed. He just
Doesn't like
Doesn't want the
questions.
questions.
Yeah, it's more about like getting questions.
You're the only man in the kingdom that's got blue skin. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, but it's like
gonna
I'm
be
a
some
monster.
Frankenstein's monster.
Literally a 10 out of 10.
But he's like, I don't see anything but honesty and trust from this group. If you ask me, Your Majesty, they helped us do things over than what they were sent to do. They discovered the andesite, and apparently they met with my father. The king's like, wait, your father passed away some years ago, no? He says, yes, he did. He looks over at Andrea and says, we've been doing some talking, and perhaps his involvement maybe foreshadowed the heroes finding the andesite in the mine. Perhaps, and it's no fault. It's no fault to the heroes at all. They had no knowledge. But if they had perhaps discussed, seeing my father before going into the mines, we might have been able to save him a little bit of trouble. It was only after they left that they told us that they had seen my father and spoken with him, that we put two and two together, and it seemed to my father showing himself and the discovery of the andesite that maybe the two were related. I do not see any reason why these 5 individuals would not be bestowed this honor. And he sits down.
So kind.
I just got a raving review from one of the settlement leaders.
So Lana's gonna kind of lean over to June because that's just sitting next to him. And go, did he forget about Linux and Otak?
I was about to say Linux. Linux saved Doc's life there in the old Farnross.
They don't know that.
I also forgot about the part where Doc literally came running into town, and I was drunk most of the time.
And the goblin chase with the. Did we forget about that? You know what? Never mind. I didn't say anything. Sorry. Carry on. Thank you. Thank you.
The king goes, well, I could give you some time to speak amongst yourselves, but we would like to know your answer pretty forthright.
Well, I mean, just like 5 minutes should be good. Just some moments.
You will be paid from the castle coffers, of course.
Ooh. That does change things.
There's a greedy at the bunch. There you go. There's your confirmation. You're getting money for this. I will stand and salute in that traditional fashion, even though I am not one of those. I'm sure the king now recognizes it as like, oh, that's why he knows that. And I will step and say, if you do not mind, Your Majesty, we, like my friend here has said, we would like a moment to discuss our feelings on the matter at hand. I, for one, think it is my honor, and I'm grateful for you even considering it. But we discuss, of course. We are a group, not individuals.
But of course, please.
I
just kind of like
step away from the table, begin to make way.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Far enough that we're still in the room, but like over here by this pyre, have Otar follow as well.
No, why don't we just step a little bit outside of the room, just because I have a big question for you all. And I think this might...
I'm gonna leave Linux in here.
I mean,
just so he can kind of...
The room, I don't know. I mean, I guess we could leave the room.
I mean, I feel like it might be good to not have them watching us too, because this is gonna be...
Well, this is a long hallway. If y'all come walking way down here, there's pretty sure no way that they'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, as long as there's no...
Unless y'all gonna start shouting at each other.
Comical half echo.
Yeah, we are nearly 100 feet away from them. That's as far as 3 rooms over in a regular building.
Perfect. As soon as we get over there, I'm going to turn to the group. What? I don't mean this in relation to the offer. What do we want as a group? I mean, we haven't really discussed where we want to go, what we want to do. We started out because we happened to be in the same place at the right time. I mean, we should definitely discuss this before we start taking anything official.
Well,
that's a good point.
Yes.
I mean, I don't even know what the rest of you want right now. I have a goal. I don't know what goals you have, but I don't want to ever forfeit that goal because I can't forfeit that goal because of involvement with the crown. And I want to know maybe maybe we can share just so we are...
Perhaps it would be better to share our goals then.
Yes.
If you're attached to it being secret, that is fair and okay, but I have no immediate goal. My father was directly connected with the crown in an intimate way. I've always been trained and brought up to be some kind of soldier in one way or another, so this is only natural for me. the offer. Even the offer is natural to me, but to the rest of you, I am sure it is a shock.
So to say, Michael, there's just some things that I would like to know, and I can do that whether we're working for the crown or not. This
With the
just
resources of the
crown helps the
Yes.
benefits that for sure. But also kind of
end goal is to, like every other human, live a happy and fulfilling life and do what I can to leave a mark on the world. I mean, I have no goal in mind. I want to research. I want to enjoy my life. I want to save and help, make money, and live happy. My goals are not grandiose. I have no plan, 13 step plan to try and get to the place where my father was killed or whatever. I am not interested in. I have no immediate goal.
Doc.
Well, ever since I took over my practice, my goal has been to ease pain in others, reduce the hurt a bit. I often joked that I started a war on suffering, but there's quite a bit of that out there. It's hard to get after it all, but fighting alongside you all, I realized there's a lot of nefarious agents out there that are causing suffering every day. They're kidnapping, murdering, robbing, and it just never felt like I could make a difference in that. I never left the town, I never considered it. But now, the Shadowfall, the bandits, whatever is happening over in Ashenfall, with the 15 missing people, I feel like I desire to go out and end these nefarious actors. Put a stop to them, somehow, some way, with what I can do and what I know. And if you all would join me for that. I am a little bit of a klutz.
And a big bad luck charm, but that is okay. It makes you lovable.
It's a quality.
Every group has got to have a bad luck charm.
Without a bad luck charm, there is no good luck.
There's no group without the bad luck charm. Makes life interesting. How about you, Lana?
I was just bored, and I've kind of grown fond of the doc, trying to keep him alive. But I don't know, like, I'd be happy just sitting back at the end and drinking, but nothing better to do, so I'm fine going with the group.
I don't know. I'm all right. I can do whatever I want.
So are we doing this?
Well, June, I am certain your goal is private, but
Well, no, I'll share. I have a ring to find.
Oh.
And a person with that who probably I need to kill.
Oh, what does this ring look like? It's not plain copper like this one, is it?
It's more I know when I find the ring. It's a very specific ring. It's very important, and they're made to. I'm just going to be straight up. If it comes between some duty to the crown and taking care of this person, I'm going to be straightforward. It's going to be that. I want to get that out up front.
as long as you are straightforward about that with His Majesty as well, say that there is a duty you have already obliged yourself to. I'm certain His Majesty would be more than happy to let you I mean, I'm not certain. It depends on who holds the ring, of course. But
Yes.
if he is as nefarious as the other nefarious things in the world, then His Majesty would not stand in your way.
Nefarious doesn't begin to describe it. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't know. It's just depressing. But yeah, it's for another time. But it's very important.
I can't speak for the group, but assume they think similarly, but I am committed to this group. I think that together we are much stronger than individuals. And if you have goals to achieve, what can I do?
Yes,
Here's
Arthur put it a good way. The goals of the individual, when you find a group of friends or allies, become the goals of the group. Your goals are my goals. We fought
We're all in
together.
this together.
We already risked our lives for each other on at least 3 occasions. With the poison substance we found in the mine, at least 4. So at this point, I've already thrown my life out there for you one time, too many. I imagine any more time I will not. I just hope. Um, I just hope we can accomplish your goal. I do not. The king is not. I am mistrusting of the crown for reasons that have been burned into my mind. They are what I was brought up on. And trust no one. But I, I do not dislike the crown. I believe the crown will help us. They will not hinder us either. At least not for now.
We should express the need for a level of our own autonomy should we need it.
Oh, that is
Yes.
very important. Being loyal to the crown is one thing, but being bound to the crown is another.
maybe we should request more of a task force, an allegiance with instead of bound to.
I believe that this was already the option. We would be well.
What if we became like a, a, a form of like mercenaries and this was a purchase? Then there's no further contract necessarily.
We could sign a contract.
I think a contract would be a bit, there, especially since we're just a relatively new group. But I think we should agree
Soldiers
to
are
this.
granted contracts.
Why do we need paper? Word is good enough.
Well, contract in the form of
They
a
don't overstep with us.
more of a commission rather. A task needs to be done. He requests it, we do it. But
Will he be insulted if you
something
ask
the
him
next
for
year.
put it in
We're-
writing?
Well, so here's the thing. I believe what they want from us is not to be their commissioned mercenaries. They are asking us to align ourselves to them. They are not looking to they're not looking to make us heroes of the realm, pay us for every task. They are looking for a more long-term engagement with us. They want us not to be exclusive to them, but to be by their side should they need us. Like, say for instance, 2 people come to us, the king or one of the nobles from the other village. They both have a request. If we were to agree to the proposition, the king's request would come first. Unless, of course, the king stated that it should come second. It gives us autonomy to choose the jobs we want, but also
So it sounds like
a safety for our allegiance.
so it sounds like for the most part everyone is good with this. We're ready to agree, and I hope. Do you agree, June, that we've addressed your concern?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I mean,
No, it's very good you did. I'd like to make sure I don't wear the wrong ring. And let's go back and accept the honor, and
as long as it's not a
Stefan, will
red,
you lead us?
I think we'll be okay.
Let's go on another adventure.
Oh boy.
I'll begin heading back up to His Majesty the King. I think as I get there, I will sit down in my chair.
Can I ask Lennox if he heard them talking about anything while we were
You can.
chatting away?
That mental link, holy shit.
I
I mean,
will.
he's just he sits there in a moment. He says, "I'm sorry, mistress. They have been quite low in their speaking. I was not able to
That's
hear
okay. Don't worry. No problem.
As we sit
Just
back
curious.
down,
As you sit down, Craigier looks to all of you, and then he looks at the king and says, I may have one other matter that I wish to discuss with the court, but I need to confer with my colleague first." The king's like, just do whatever you need. Craigier comes and he steps down. He walks over, and Ren, he touches you on the shoulder. And that's gonna speak with you for a moment.
Yeah, sure.
He'll kind of walk over here. He'll look at you and he says, I know you didn't want to wanted to kind of keep things hush, but do you think you're ready to discuss the terms and matters that you presented to me?
I think so. Yeah.
I've lost sleep over it. It's something about it. It doesn't sit well with me.
I mean, yeah, any information or anything that you have, I don't know what I could give you for it, but
Well, I just to present it to the king, so he is aware. More eyes and ears are probably best in a situation like that.
I mean, as
If
long
you,
as mine.
I am not going
name
to.
is
I
not
will not press
brought
you. If
up.
you are not ready, then I will not press.
I mean, as long as if my name isn't brought up into it, I mean, even if it was, I don't know why that'd be a big deal. I'm not capable of it. I don't know anybody that is.
I would let you present your information yourself.
I don't have any information. Is my issue. I have nothing besides a letter.
You have more than you think you do. I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I guess. I don't.
Right.
Have you found anything?
I have not.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we can.
All right. And then he bowed and then walked back over here. This Your Majesty, I believe that the young lady that wished to ask you a matter of question that she has. I think it would be, since we are all here gathered together, I think this would be a matter that would be best discussed together, like in this type of setting. And he'll just step back.
sir, and I'll stand up and, kind of walk around, I guess, face him and kind of bow or whatever you do. And just, I guess, kind of be like, I don't know much information on it. I've never even heard of it before, but I have a friend who has passed, who's from Orr's Rest, but sent me a letter before she passed, and it mentioned a practice called soul harvesting, and I can't find any information about it anywhere. I don't know anybody. Nobody knows anything. I was hoping that maybe you or anybody that you're able to be in contact with, Malai or anyone, if they had any information on it.
The king and Malai
don't-
are both looking at each other intently. It's like, the Pee Wee Herman show when you said the magic word. The king kind of... The friend you spoke of, was she involved in this practice?
Like I said, I don't know much. I don't think so. The letter just said, hey Ren, have you heard of a practice called soul harvesting? I heard it in passing, but I can't find anything on it. And that's all the note said.
And you said this individual was from Orr's Rest.
Well, she was. She's dead now. But yes,
King looks
she
back at
ran the
Malai for a
apothecary.
moment. Do you think? Malai's like, I certainly hope not. And the king's like, I do as well. How long ago was it that you got this letter?
How long ago was it that I got this letter?
It's like a week. Almost 2
Like
weeks.
a week ago.
Well, hold on. I could be able to tell you.
Probably 2 or 3 weeks now that
Yeah.
we've done all this
Now
travel.
that
Okay.
they're thinking about it. Yeah, it's been nearly 3 weeks. Because it's today's basically the 30th, and we started like on the 13th. Or the
So
12th.
what days specifically?
The campaign started on the 12th.
Yeah, vote the 12th of the 4th.
And then y'all like did the whole forest thing, killed the Greylings, and did a bunch of shit. Day 1, day 2. It was like day 2 or day 3 when you got the letter. So it's been.
So today, Okta or Osta, the 30th.
The 30th, yeah. Oh, he'll like. And he looks towards the robed figures, and they just kind of like nod. And he says, "I don't think we should wait." Originally, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. What was your what say you on our proposal?
I'm in favor.
Your
With stipulations.
Majesty, we had a single question. All of us were in agreement that we would like to accept the condition that we be allowed certain freedom in mercenary work we do, such as working with other towns across the land, across the kingdom. Like
But of course, but just so that you're aware that you'd be representing Kinshire outside of the kingdom.
Of course, we also had the question about personal investment or obligation. Some of us have goals, and desires to rid the world of nefarious beings who have interacted with us in personal life.
Well, as long as a mission that you are sent on is not time constraint, then I do not see any reason why you could not pursue your own goals. Help those when you can help, and just represent the kingdom the best you can.
Certain. Then I believe it is in agreement that we would all love to accept it. And thank you for the offer as well.
All right. And he looks at Malay and is like, I'll drop some paperwork real fast. And he'll walk off. And the king says, with that being said, we had originally were discussing about maybe sending you to the far southeast to check on this temple business. And he kind of nods towards the priests and is like, they feel that this is something that probably needs to be looked after. However, since Orr's Rest is essentially on the way, I would say to stop there first to find out what you can find out, and then once you find out what you can, then continue on your way to this to the temple. And then he gives you basic like geography directions, where this temple, land masses and stuff, where this temple would lie. So of course Orr's Rest would be the last port town that you would hit before crossing the ocean to get to your destination. It'd be at this time that Andrea pipe up says, Your Highness, if you do not feel that it would be an issue, maybe I could be of service and help expedite their trip maybe some? He's all, is that something you'll be willing to do? And he looks towards her and Kirgir. She says, there's a couple of matters that I have to take care of before we could leave. But yeah, I think I could definitely expedite their journey and make it quite quicker for them. Then please, by all means.
I look to the doctor and nudge him slightly. I believe they are talking about your little thing that you witnessed and the thing you're trying to build.
That thing got taken. Remember?
You could potentially help them finish it if they need your aid.
Yeah,
Or I could.
They don't know yet.
But
Hey, the goblins took it.
when would y'all be ready to leave?
I would need.
I'd say we'd need a few
Probably
days to get our stuff together.
Get our things together. I was working on something quite remarkable with Malai the past few days. I'd like to finish what I could, or at least gather the documents I would need to work on it along the way.
Malai walks in. He says, I got the paperwork. What was that you were discussing?
The thing we have been working on the past few days, I would like to work some more on it. Trying to, I think it is worthy of some time, very late.
I feel let us continue that on your return. I feel like this issue, the issue that's before us now is probably a little bit more urgent.
At the very least, I would like to take some of the books with me, materials. I believe I could perfect that powder you've been working on during our travel.
The doctor stares, blank-eyed, with a glassy look as he contemplates the flying machine for the next
So
20 minutes. And
he'll hand the paperwork to the king. Says, "Sure, I can do that at least." And then he'll come back down to his. Who we lose?
That was the doctor. I think he's got to go because time or something.
I was to say he probably has class or something in the morning.
Yeah, hard stop.
So he's gonna go gather up the books and what notes and stuff that he has. And like Andrea walk around. She says, "We can leave just as soon as you are ready."
Then tomorrow morning, I believe, would be best for us.
Okay.
We would need the rest of the day to gather what we have here and
I'll just say
prepare.
that, or I mean, at least if not tomorrow, the day after. I mean, I'm sure I need to, grab some herbs, harvest some stuff, prepare some
We've been
cells, all of
working
that.
diligently to prepare for our next journey, assuming we would have one. But some of our projects are unfinished.
Been getting my ass kicked repeatedly. I mean, look at this. Look at my entire face is covered in bruises. I wonder what the dude who was like.
Pearl glances at you like, I didn't beat you up that bad.
Yeah, she was. She looked at me and she laughed.
The white
I had
robed figure
delicate
walks up to
skin.
all of you, and she's like, "If anything, please try to hurry with whatever it is that you have to do before you can leave. I feel like this is very urgent."
Of course.
In my head, I'm going to speak to Lotus. I'm going to be like, well, does she want to provide us with all of our potions that I'm trying to make?
Judgy Ren.
You can't rush perfection.
But you can beat it up.
You know what, June? You're right.
Other than that, Stefan will.
What exactly potions do you need? She asked.
Oh no, that was mentally to Linux.
I was
Yes, it
mentally
was.
to Linux.
Yes, it was.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Huh?
What?
I am so sorry. Linux, I need distraction.
He's like, what? Don't look at me.
Antitoxins and health potions and just things to make sure to keep us as far away from dying and protected while we're adventuring, especially Doc.
I will speak with Malay and see what we can get together.
He's had some pretty close calls, and
if we could get your potions and whatnot together, could you leave maybe here directly?
Yes. I mean, I would need to go by and grab my bags and my notebooks and my ingredients and things that I already have. But
we'd be able to leave within the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as soon as we can gather our things.
I will speak with Malay. And she just kind of walks off.
You guys. She heard what I said in my She can read my mind. And I just insulted the fucking dragon priestess.
I will stand.
Just one of them.
And
I'm sure they all heard it.
His Majesty and say, I will be waiting here for.
Don't worry, if she can read thoughts, she's heard a lot worse.
From all of us.
Turn over to the rest of the group. It might be best for those of you who do not need to wait here to collect your thing.
Oh, also, before she walks off, I'm just going to be like, hey, if you could also get like a saddle for Linux too, that would be great.
We can get that.
I forgot to commission one. Well, I'm sure that nobody has one just sitting around for a cowl. Half this place acts like they've never seen one before.
Grab some cloth, and then at least you're not like tied around, and then at least you're not riding bareback.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Then there'd at least be a little bit of padding.
Just a thought. I probably could have thought that, and you would have heard it, but you know. I'm sorry again. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna go.
She just smiles. She can feel your she can see your embarrassment all over your face, so she just smiles.
I will look
Pain
to
today.
the rest of the group and say, if you don't need to wait here, it might be best for you all to gather your thing, so that
I have my things together.
all we can
My
just.
I gotta go grab. I mean, I don't have my armor on, and I don't have anything.
So Rin will leave, go get her gear.
I believe
Lennox
the
is
doctor
coming
left
with
his
me.
gear at the doctor's office, so he'll go get his stuff. I have everything I need on
I was
me.
about to say I have.
Carry all my
I'm
shit.
still have stuff brewing. I gotta go grab.
So
that's like a fire hazard, isn't it?
so we'll just.
I mean,
An assistant, like or they have the owner of the store.
I was about to say the owner's there. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll fast forward. That you've went and gotten all your stuff. Y'all meet back up at the castle.
I make sure to get all of the ingredients I had asked for from Malai to prepare the day prior. After doing some research, and I will take those and the books that he is willing to part with, so that I might study along the way. I'm going to make a gun.
So y'all meet back up at the castle, and
Maps. Just like maps of the entire kingdom.
you blah, blah, blah.
And alcohol.
And Andrea, she's got some kind of scroll in her hand as she's walking that towards y'all when y'all come in. She goes, "Are y'all all ready to go?"
Yeah, I've got alcohol and maps. We're good.
Her and her father says, "Well, just follow me." Y'all walk out the door, and as you follow her across the courtyard, she walks towards one of the battlement towers. She says, "This way." And she opens the door and she starts walking up a spiral staircase that you can assume that go to the top of the battlement walls.
Yeah, I'm very gingerly stepping up the stairs, making sure that
there's stone steps. Yeah, there's stone steps.
Yeah, making sure that those spicy spices I've got in my bag don't collide and make me explode.
Oh shit!
I walk
stop.
and I pretend to go to push him, and then I stop at the last minute, like every 5 steps.
Y'all,
you watch me taking each step purposefully, and you look like you're gonna push me, and then I look at you and I say, "Do you want us all to die?"
I slowly tap you on the shoulder.
Yes.
Y'all get to the top of the tower, and Andrea's like, "Don't pass out on me." And she pushes the door open. And as she pushes the door open, y'all all see nothing.
Nice.
Dark abyss.
There we go. Hold on.
We fall into
Parked
the abyss.
to the side of the castle wall is an airship.
Let's go.
Yeah. That is sick.
And
that's
as you follow her up, and she's walking towards the ship.
Would be exploding with joy if you were here right now.
We gotta send a screenshot in the chat and ping him. Like, hey, look at this. We're on a ship. We got an airship. We're gonna fly.
So y'all walk up, and like I said, it's moored to basically the side of the wall, and that the blue banners that y'all seen hanging over the wall was the wings. Anybody want to take a guess what the wings are made from?
This
bamboo.
Well, okay, so the cloth is likely
bamboo.
But,
silk.
but they are laced.
Oh,
with
it's the stuff. It's the stuff we mine, the crystal stuff.
Yeah, brimstone. Keep saying. Is anyone hearing me?
The duck's flying machine's going to be a little dwarfed.
It's gonna be a little
Man, he's gonna be
encyclopedic for him.
messed,
He's
man.
gonna come back and be like, "Wait a minute."
She walks y'all up. I don't have a wall, but but she basically walks you along the wall to the ship, and she's like, "So this is the King's Veil. It's to be presented the king as a gift." So everyone hop aboard.
I will, during that time where everybody was out, I've got some other things I want to tell you that I got, but I did go shopping for some other things, hopefully with some aid from allies. There's things, but other than that, I think, yeah, Stefan will hop, assuming he has everything I'm looking for, or everything I can get. And, yeah, I'll hop on. This is gonna be fucking wicked.
So she's like,
Hello?
we have to make a couple of stops before we can go on this mission, but look around. You have the run of the ship.
Oh, I so want to do the thing.
So to say, I am probably gonna go. I'm tired. So
I think
Well, we can pick up. We can pick up here next time.
Yeah, this is a.
I
That
feel
was
like
a
this
good.
is a. I feel like this is a good stopping point.
especially
I wanted to get y'all here before we shut down.
Yeah,
this was like the
Because
perfect night.
the anticipation was killing me on this.
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh, this session was so good.
Yeah, this was
you
a
and
lot of fun.
IBM need to talk desperately. I have. Oh. I'm chilling.
Like all the shared like information with each other too. Character development. Ooh.
Yeah. All right. I will talk to y'all later.
Alrighty.
Science.
Yeah.
Yeah,